Hello everybody, this is Joe Mapes. I'm the legislative specialist with the Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation. We're standing in front of our little office here, Mapes and Mapes, which is within viewing distance of the Louisiana State Capitol. Very convenient for us to see what's going on over there and keep a tab on things. Right now what's going on over there is they're gearing up for a session that's coming in the spring in April. It's going to be a fiscal session, but we're able to file 700 plus bills related to anything but the budget, the state's budget. And we expect tax reform to be coming our way. I got a call from Senator Bret Alon last week who told me that they're considering looking at diesel tax, extending that diesel tax forward that was put on us temporarily. That's supposed to come off in 2018. We're not sure if that's going to move forward or not, but we got to be cognizant and aware of it as we move forward to this spring session. I got another phone call from Senator Jim Fannin. Senator Jim Fannin is a former state representative, chair of the House Appropriations Committee, the Money Committee. He's been sitting on the sideline watching how things are unfolding with this administration, and called me the other day and expressed concerns that we're overspending in Louisiana and that we've got a $330 odd million deficit facing us. No new revenue headed our way and no way to really address this deficit. Therefore, we're headed into another fiscal session where we're looking at major tax reform, maybe some tax increases, maybe some cuts to the state's budget as well. Regardless, it's going to be a hard session, according to Jim Fannin, and according to him, unless we stop spending. So that's some of the things that are going around the state capitol. With the new elections across the country, we're not sure what that holds for the future, but we are pleased to see with the president that's been newly elected that a lot of that support came from the rural areas. If you want to see an explanation of a great explanation of how the Electoral College system was put in place to benefit the rural areas, go to the Voice of Louisiana Agriculture and look at that. There's a very good article in there. But now that we've seen rural America come out and support the newly elected president, it's very encouraging to see that level of participation occur. It's also encouraging to see a predominant Republican Congress led by a Republican president come into play. We know that Republicans don't tend to go towards regulation, certainly not towards over-regulation. In agriculture, we've seen over-regulation, burdensome over-regulation come down on us through executive order. The president-elect has pledged to remove or to reverse a lot of these executive orders that are making it burdensome on agriculture almost immediately, at least within his first 100 days of office. If agriculture is important to you, in rural America, rural Louisiana is important to you, certainly join Farm Bureau and join us in helping to promote and protect agriculture in rural America. However, to help us, to help agriculture, you don't have to be a member of Farm Bureau. You can take action. One of the great action items that's available to us right now is Voter Voice. It's an email grassroots communication system whereby you as the end user would go and plug in your name, your street address, and your zip code, well, naturally your street address, but that would then match you up as a constituent with your constituent senators and representatives, and it can be used later in a targeted campaign towards those legislators from you as a constituent to try to influence an issue. We killed a bill one morning in committee, and we were walking down the hall, Jim Monroe and Sandy Mapes and I were walking down the hall, and a legislator was chasing us and said, hey, I heard this other legislator that was author of that bill told me I was going to get in trouble for voting against him with y'all. And I said, no, you're not going to get in trouble with us. And he says, well, that stuff you do where you call my family, my friends, and you get them to get all over me like a hen on a June bug? And I said, yeah. He goes, can you reverse that and get them to thank me for what I just did in there? And I said, we sure can. And that's exactly what we did. And we were able to do that. And we had a later conversation with that legislator. We've had conversations with others, and they ask us, how do you do this? You get you don't just get anybody to call us. You get family members to call us and email us and text us, and friends and coworkers. And that's the power of this program. So it's easy, it's simple. Just click the link and you take action, and it's extremely powerful. So please do take action and participate.